Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be talking about the OAuth2 Google login using JavaScript. This will be a very simple application. So you can see this is the login button out there, sign in with Google, and as soon as I click this button, guys, what will happen here? Basically it will ask for my permissions. You need to select your account here. Basically you just need to go to advanced option here and basically go to our project and allow the permission here. So basically the first permission we are getting is the personal email profile picture, so it is automatically selected, and the second permission is view your YouTube account. So this is the second permission, and click on continue, and as soon as you click it, you will see it will welcome to profile page. It will redirect you to your full name is coding Shiksha. This is my account here, and this is the profile picture. So basically if you open this image, it is hosted here. You can see that. So you can get accordingly to your own account. It will tell you your full name and show you this profile picture, and also we will have a simple logout button, guys, also. So as soon as you click the logout button, you will be redirected to the home page. So let me select logout here. So once again you are redirected to the home page, and now the nice thing about that, basically as I click the logout button, all the access token is revoked. Now we once again need to grant the permission once again. So if you click the sign in button again, you need to go to the process once again, go to the advanced option. So this is the actual logout. You need to grant the permission once again like this. So let's suppose you close out this window here without clicking the logout button, and now if you open this window once again, what will happen? It will give you this once again. You can see that, and let me press logout button here, and now if you try to access that, you can see your full name is undefined because we have revoked the access token. The access token is no longer available inside the browser, so we can't access the information. So once you press the logout button, you need to explicitly go to the home page. You need to grant the permission. Just click this button. You need to grant the permission, and basically you need to select your account. You need to basically grant the permission here. Click the button scope. These are called as scopes inside OAuth2. And if I just inspect element, guys, you will see this is my access token. This is the object which is returning here, which is local name, picture, all that stuff. So as you all know, inside OAuth2 flow, we have access token, we have refresh token. So all these things are very much important when you are studying this. So we will be looking at a very simple example on how to get the access token from the authorization code. So all this we will be covering it in pure JavaScript. We will not be using any sort of third-party library of Google, and will be complete in JavaScript. And we are using some OAuth2 playground, guys, to getting all the scopes of all the APIs. You can see that it's very much useful. developers.google.com/OAuth playground. So it's a great tool provided by Google to debug any sort of API code. So for this tutorial, guys, if you want the full source code, I have given the source code in the description of this video. So this is my step-by-step blog post where I have written the source code in detail. So if you want the full source code, and also you need to read the blog post also alongside watching this video, I will highly recommend that you go to the description of this video to get all the source code. Now let's get started, guys, by building this application. So what I will do is that I will delete all this code. You can see a series of 3 files are needed for this application. Let me delete all this and start from scratch. So now, guys, the very first file we will make is the index.html file here. Basically this will actually contain our sign in with Google button. So we will write here OAuth2 sign in, Google sign in, like this, with logout. So basically, guys, here we will be having a simple heading here, OAuth2 Google sign in, and after that, guys, we will have a simple button here. So we will simply say sign in with Google, and basically we can attach a on click event handler. So whenever you click this button, we will execute this sign in method here like this, And also we need to include our JavaScript file, guys. So script source, script.js, that's it. So now we need to make this JavaScript file, guys, which is script.js in the root directory. So just make it. So we need to write this function, which is sign in. So here, guys, we need to get the information from the Google Developer Console. So whenever you are building this application, first of all, we will basically write the endpoint on which we will be invoking the user to. So basically this is called as OAuth2 endpoint. So this is the actual endpoint, guys. Basically this is equal to https accounts.google.com/o/OAuth2 and /version2/auth. So here we just need to make a simple fetch API GET request, and here we need to pass our client ID, redirect URI, scopes as well. So this is the actual OAuth2 endpoint, and for this you need to create a form here, guys. Automatic element, we will submit this form automatically. So document.create element, we will use this method, and basically we can create a dynamic form here, and we need to basically set the attribute of this form, set attribute, and basically the method of this form will be get. So as you can see, there are two ways of submitting the form, either post or get. So we are making a get request here. And basically now the second attribute we need to set is the action attribute. As you all know, inside form we have the action attribute as well. So here we just need to submit to OAuth2 endpoint that we have configured right here. You can see that we are setting the action attribute to this. Nice. And after this, guys, we need to add the parameters to pass to OAuth2 endpoint. So now we need to add the parameters. So for that we will be creating this object params, and this will be an object, guys, and it will contain this client ID, client_ID, and here you need to paste your client ID, which you will get from the Google Developer Console. And then you redirect URI. Redirect URI is nothing but whenever the sign-in process is complete, whenever you have granted the scopes, so which redirect URI Google must point to. So we need to provide this redirect URI. And then the third option will be response type, guys. So this can be either three values, guys. Either you can just access the authorization code, you can just send the request for access token. So this value can be token or code, but in this case we require the access token, so here we will provide the token. And then, guys, we need to provide the scope as well. So scope is nothing but which scopes you want to get information. So there are various scopes out there for different Google APIs. So first of all, we will need the simple scope for the user information, user profile, picture, and email. So this will be coming from https googleapis.com/auth/userinfo-profile. And also, if you want to provide multiple scopes out there, you can put a space here, and then you can go to OAuth2 playground, and it has specific scopes for various APIs, YouTube data API version 3. So let's suppose you also only need the read-only scope of this API. So here you will copy this scope and simply paste it. So we have provided two scopes. You can provide as many scopes as you want depending upon your application. And then, guys, you need to provide a property which is include granted scopes. This property needs to be true. Just provide true, a boolean parameter, so inside single quotes. And the last but not least, we have the state. This is not mandatory, but you can pass this value like pass through value. Any value you can pass it accordingly. So this is your object. So now we need to get the client ID and the redirect URI from the Google Developer Console. So for that you need to have a Google account here. Go to their Google Cloud Console, and basically you need to create the credentials here. Click on this option OAuth2 client ID, and this will be a web application that we are creating here. So that's why authorized JavaScript origins. So what is meant by this? So basically it's the home page of your application. So Let me open this home page or start this open with live server. So if you're developing it for local host, as in this case you can see 127.550 index.html. So what is your localhost or website address? So in this case my address is localhost alongside with the port number. You don't need to write index.html, you just need the regular path name. So we will go to it and simply add URI and simply paste it. So you can see that. Don't write trailing slash here, simply outside this, that's it. This is your JavaScript origins. And now the redirect URI. Redirect URI is the URI to which you will redirect the user after authentication. So we will create a file called as profile.html. So here we will be showing the profile of the user. So we will simply say profile of user, and when they are authenticated they will be redirected to this page here, and here we can say welcome to profile page. And basically the address of this page, let me open this, you will see this is a full address. You need to copy the full address. So wherever you are redirecting the user, simply paste it here, add URI and simply paste it. That's it. And now click on create option. So basically if you create it, you will get your client ID and the client secret. So this will be different for you, so don't copy my information. So I will delete this client ID after this video, so you will no longer use it. Simply paste it, this client ID, and basically this is your redirect URI. So in this case my redirect URI is simply that we have submitted here. This is the redirect URI. Simply paste it here. So that's it. So this is the information, guys, correct information. I have shown you step by step how to get the client ID and the redirect URI. So please make sure that you have followed that. After this, guys, now we can simply submit this form programmatically, so that in the background. So var p in params, so we will use a simple for loop. So for every parameter inside this object, we will simply create an input element here. So document.create element input. For every property inside this object, we will have an input element. So input.set attribute. This will be not be shown on the browser, so this will be hidden. So input type hidden, and we will also set the name attribute. Name is equal to the actual parameter. So for the first case, this will be client ID, then redirect URI, response type, scope, include granted scopes, and state. After this, we will set the attribute of value. So what value that we need to provide. So this is equal to the params. So this is key value pair. So params, the index is for the first iteration will be 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And then we need to simply append this to the form. So we will use the append child method, guys, and we will append this input element. So this will every time iterate for all the object. First of all, it will do for the client ID, it will add to the form, then it will go to the redirect URI like this. So after this, guys, to programmatically submit the form, we will call this submit method on the form.submit. So it will automatically submit the form for us. And first of all, we need to add the form to the DOM element. So document.body.append child, and we will add this form element, and then we will click the submit button programmatically. So now what will happen, guys, if I open this index.html file in the browser, let me see here. Let me zoom in here so that you can clearly see. Click on this button. So you will see it is automatically, you can see that if I select this account here, you will see Google hasn't verified this app. So you can simply go to the advanced option and click on this. And now you just need to, you can see project wants to access your Google account. So this is already checked here. You need to check this option if you want to grant this permission. Click on continue, and basically you will see welcome to profile page. And this is the nice thing, guys. You can see the access token here in the browser URL itself. So we need to capture this access token. We need to store it inside our local storage, or you can store it inside MySQL database or any sort of database you are using. So this is the hash value, the state value that we passed here, passed through value, and this is an access token in the URL itself. And also we need to build a mechanism so that we can hide this, and basically we can remove all these URL parameters in the browser, so that in the practical application we don't need to show the user this information. This is very important information. They can make wrong use of it. So for doing this, inside your profile.html, we need to write some JavaScript code here. So right here, first of all, we will capture this information, this access token, and then we will hide this. So here, basically inside our DOM here, we will simply have a h2 element, and here we will simply say your full name is, and here then we will be dynamically putting this, and then we will have an image tag here, guys. We will give an ID to it also. That's it. And then we will have a simple button of logout. So when you click this button, we will execute a function which is logout. So just make this function logout. That's it. So now, guys, first of all, what we need to do is that we need to capture the information which we have received here inside access token in the URL parameters. So we need to make a simple params object here. Params is an empty object. So after this, guys, we need to we will be getting the access token from the URL parameters by using some kind of regular expression, REH. So I will copy paste this regular expression. It is all the source code is given in the description of this video. So this is the regular expression, you will see. And then we will simply run a while loop, guys. M is equal to, this is a variable, index variable, and this contains a execute method, guys, and here we will be accessing the location.href. So basically this simply corresponds to the URL itself. So what is the URL? So it will get access to that. So inside this while loop, we will get params, and this will be decoded URI component, and here we will pass the M1, and we will equal to decoded URI component. So this is some logic, guys, which is able to access that access token. So if you don't understand it, it is completely fine. M2. So that's it. This is all that we need to write inside this while loop. After this, we will capture this access token inside the local storage. We will write a if condition here, object.keys, and here we will simply say params, and we will check the length. If the length is greater than 0, then we perfectly know that some keys are there. We need to store that inside our local storage. So local storage set item, we need to set the item. We can call this as auth.info, and basically we can convert this to the json.stringify. We will convert the JSON to a string and we will pass the params here. So basically this is an empty object that we configured here. You will see that. So the access token, all that data, access token, expiry date, all that information which is coming from the Google server will be stored inside this local storage variable, which is auth.info. That's it. And after this, guys, if you see here, basically what I'm talking about. And also we need to hide this information. We need to hide the access token. So for hiding it, we will be using this method window.history.pushState, and basically here we need to pass in the first argument is empty object, and then we need to say document.title. We need to replace to it and put a slash and then the URL to replace here. So profile.html, that's it. So no longer your access token and all those important information will be shown. It will be replaced by this. So no page refresh will be there. This will be without page refresh. Now to print out our access token, we will get the info here, and we will first of all parse it using json.parse, and inside this we will pass our local storage dot. This time we will get the item from the local storage, so we will say get item, and here we will get the item using the key provided, which is auth_info. You can see at the time of setting we have provided this key here. We need to provide the same key when we are getting the things from the local storage. And now we can console log this, which is info access token, like this. And we can even say here info expires in. So these are two properties present inside that object. So you can even print out the whole thing here as well. You can even just print out the whole thing here. Now let me just refresh it and start from scratch. So click this option, guys. So what will happen here? It will ask for the permission. If you go to inspect element, go to console, you will see that this is your object is returned to us. This is your access token. With this help of access token, you can access any Google API, YouTube API, Drive API, Google Spreadsheet API, any sort of API. Expires in it only expires in the 1 hour, which is, this is value in seconds, 3600 seconds. So after 1 hour, it will automatically get expired. In the next video, I will show you how basically you can refresh this access token using a refresh token. This is the second video, and this is your pass-through value. This is your scopes that you have provided, and this is token type is bearer. This is option, and basically this is, we have extracted the access token, and this is the expiry date, and no longer you will see these information is no longer showing here. So now basically, guys, we just need to show the profile full name and the profile picture. So after this, we will simply make a simple get request using fetch API. So after we get all this information, so you will say fetch, and as soon as page loads, we will make this fetch request googleapis.com/OAuth2/version3/user-info. So basically this is the URL, guys, which will get access to our profile picture and the email address. And as you all know, inside fetch you need to provide the headers as well. So we need to provide a headers in this case also. So headers will be simply authorization header. So authorization, and here we will pass the bearer. So BEARER. So the token space followed by the token. So this is template string. You will see we are passing dynamic. So here we just need to pass our access token, access_token, like this. So now, guys, it will return basically a promise. We can handle this by dot then, and this will contain our data. First of all, we need to convert this data to JSON, and then again our this will be returning the information, and we can console log the info object like this. And now inside this info object, guys, you will see we have our full name and image. Let me give it a ID to it of name. So we can simply target it by the ID that we have given. So document.getElement by ID name. So inner HTML, we can manipulate the inner HTML. So plus is equal to info.name. That's it. And then we will show the image as well. Image, we will set the attribute called as the source attribute, and this will be equal to info.picture. So you will see that. And now if you refresh it, guys, what will happen now? If I now refresh it, click on this, you will see your full name is coding Shiksha, you will see, but the picture hasn't been shown. Let me see. So let me see why the picture, oh sorry, this function expects, inside script.js, as you will see, guys, this is a function, not a property. So source the second argument we need to pass here info.picture. That's it. So again, if you refresh it, click on this, you will see the picture is also displaying here, guys, your full name, coding Shiksha. Then we have a simple logout button, and you will see inspect element. If you go to console here, we receive an object here which provides these properties: given name, picture, local. You can see that. You can even do it for different accounts as well. Let me take this account for example. Click on this option. So your full name is Gautam Sharma. You can see this is a profile picture of the account. So now, guys, we need to click the logout button. As I click the logout button, we need to remove the access token. We need to revoke it so that the user can't use it. So for doing this, guys, we will write this logout function, and we have defined this logout function here. Let me see. Let me search for it. Logout. Yeah, this is a function, guys. You will see that. So now we need to write this function. So when we press the logout button, basically when we again need to make a simple fetch request. This time this will be a post request, and the URL, just note down this URL, it's very important. This is https OAuth2 googleapis.com and /revoke REVOKE question mark, and here you need to provide your token. Token is equal to, and then we will concatenate our token, which is info.access token, access underscore token. So we just need to remove this token from our account. Put a comma, and the second argument is the method. This time the method will be post, and also we need to provide the headers as well, guys. So the headers will be like this. We will be providing again this header, which is, this time the header will be different, which will be content type, and this time this will be application /x www form x dash form URL encoded. This is a header you need to pass here. That's it. So basically, guys, this will return a promise. This will have the data as well. So we can redirect the user back to the home page. So we can simply say here location.href, and here we can simply redirect the user HTTP localhost 5500 index.html. That's it. That's all in this code, guys. You will see we are simply making a post request to this URL revoke token, and we are providing our access token, and this will be a post request, and we are providing this header. That's it. So once you load this page, guys, if you now press the logout button, you will see as I click logout, you will be redirected to the home page. So once again, if you click it, you need to grant the permissions. Once again, the process needs to go by itself here. This is really important. We need to also log out users as well. So whenever the user wants to log out, they can press this button, and we cannot no longer we can go to this page and access information. So this is really, you can see undefined coming here. So this is a tutorial, guys. OAuth2 JavaScript Google login and logout using access tokens. So all the source code is given in the description of this video. If you want any doubt here, you can comment on this video, and please hit that like button as well. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Until then, thank you very much.